Welcome to another episode of the Muffed Sports Show. I'm your host, Hayden Haynes, and join me today is Seth Killen, Cody
Yes,
Hart,
sir.
and Jay Pruitt. Welcome, boys.
Woo, woo.
Got the old Twizzy League in here.
Twizzy
Twizzy,
League,
twizzy.
half or
Coming
I
off
guess
of
a quarter of them.
a quarter of the
Quarter of
Twizzy League. I think three-fourths are in the same division, West Side. We had to talk about that. A little bit of a crazy trade going down in the league. A couple of trades actually from a certain guy helping him out. Maybe Seth is doing some finessing. I don't know.
Oh, finessing. Oh,
Somebody ran off on the plug.
Yeah, man, that boy he put money line on somebody before this.
he put money line on Jay.
He
Yeah,
did. Nah, he had a future of Jay versus Mason in the playoff.
I mean, dude, the fact that y'all are playing this week is just like kind of funny too.
too
Oh, that
tight.
is true. It's a little preview. That's right.
It is a little preview of
All
what could
right.
be to
That's
come.
crazy though. But nah, so people listening, basically we've been having a big old debate the last 24 hours about a trade. Essentially Cody's team is 2-6. He's last, but he's coming off of his championship. And I wanted to say, Jay actually, when he won his ship the first year we did this league, he basically had the same kind of year after. He was last. So it's like a cycle right now that we're seeing. Basically,
Like
you're
a
on
Madden
top,
curse.
and then the Madden curse
Oh
hits, and
God.
then you're down bad. But so the trade though was between Jay and Cody. And okay, so y'all want to talk through the trade real quick? Who wants to go? Let's start it off.
Man, that trade was so green and sweet for me that I forgot who it was. All I know, I got Bucket Irvin and
Bucky Irvin and Amon-Ra, right?
Amon
Yeah.
Ross St.
Okay.
Brown, and I
And
gave
then
up.
yeah,
I don't even remember who I gave up.
it was okay. So it was Bucky and Amon-Ra went to Jay, and Cody got back in return. Who'd you
Tony
get, Cody?
Pollard, Tony
Tony P.
Pollard, and Lad McConkey.
Yeah,
Okay, so it was a 2 for 2.
It was a
Okay.
2 for 2 for.
All right. So y'all let us know in the comments who won this trade.
and honestly, if you look at my roster, you not just like it sounds like a decent trade, maybe to somebody, but if you look at my roster, it
He's
just
loaded.
basically it would like add a fuel to the fire.
Bro, this guy's wide receivers are Amon-Ra, Justin Jefferson, Debo, Josh Downs. It's like, what are we doing?
And his running backs are Aaron Jones and Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah. I mean, and Bucky Irvin's pretty good. I watched him in person. Me and Cody, this is why I was confused, Cody, because we went to the damn Falcons-Bucks game, and Bucky was toting that rock.
Holding it.
Cody's
Looking-
like,
looking
yeah, he
good.
needs
Nah,
to
I
get
don't
on
want
that.
Cody's like, I don't need that.
You're
I'm
like,
good
no,
on
sir.
I mean,
Man.
if Lad somehow just comes out of nowhere and is like the Puka of this year,
I mean,
that'd
he
be.
could.
I mean,
He
it'd
could
be
be.
fair
He
trade, I
definitely
guess, at that
could.
point.
He's definitely playing like recently really on a high level. I just don't know what's going to happen with the Chargers because they do run the ball obviously at first. That's their whole mindset. Plus, they might be going to get another wide receiver in the trade. I don't know. I think this is going to be one of those trades that we look back and it could be a win-win, but that's if like for some reason there's an injury, which I don't hope that happens to anybody, but like that's
Yes, sir.
usually how shit like that happens. Is if it is a win-win, it's because somebody got hurt. Like if
Yeah,
Amon-Ra got
facts.
hurt, heaven forbid, but shit
Knock
like
on
that
wood, though.
happens.
I
Yeah.
said, knock on wood, though. Any one of my receivers get hurt.
That's a wrap. Yeah, because
Yeah.
your bench is a little scarce.
Yeah.
But that starting lineup looking
Crazy.
pristine.
What I'm saying though, like
Yeah.
if Debo, JJ, or St. Brown get hurt,
Yeah.
still boom. Okay, I got two of them still left, and then I can throw somebody else in the flex, like Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into some other fantasy talk at the end of the show, maybe just to give out some of our like mid-season awards and like hot takes like that. I know it's not on the script, but we can just talk about that later. But we're going to talk about some of the college football Week 9 games. I wanted to start off with a kind of a interesting game that I don't think we previewed last week, Jay. I don't know if you saw, but we were just glossing over a couple of games that didn't mention Ohio State and Nebraska, which we thought, they'd take care of Nebraska because, I mean, Nebraska just got the doors beat off them by Indiana. And then they go and have a dog fight against the Ohio State team who's, coming off that little letdown, obviously the L against Oregon. But Ohio State escapes 21-17 against Nebraska. I didn't even watch a lot of that game, so I can't even speak too much on it other than what I've been hearing, which is that Ohio State is a little bit like they're in panic mode. It's not like I think people are like just, usually when teams sneak out a dub, it's like, oh, don't overreact. They're a good team. They'll be all right, which they are a good roster. But how much do you guys trust Will Howard right now and the rest of the Ohio State squad?
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I think the days of a team just being the de facto best roster and just running a whole schedule is over. Like the days of like there ain't no team in the country right now I'm looking at like they beating them every Saturday no more. Like I don't feel that no more.
Yeah,
No, you're
no.
right. You're right, bro. You're right. I think we've seen that a lot this year. I mean, clearly there's no dominant team.
12-team playoff changing everything
Yeah, I
Yeah,
swear.
before the playoff even start.
right. I know. And the
That
NIL.
and the portal.
Also, I've been thinking about it because how crazy this year has been. I can see a lot of the teams beating up on each other at the end of the year, whether it's the SEC or the Big Ten. And I feel like there's going to be a situation because if you look at last year's polls, LSU, I think, with Jaden Daniels, they went 9-3, but they were like, if there was a playoff last year, they would have barely missed it. They were like ranked 13 or 14. So in this year, if everybody kind of beats up on each other and there's a lot of 9-3 teams that are pretty solid, like I think we could see a 9-3 team make the playoffs. I really do think that.
Watch it be.
That's what I was about to say because I saw people were talking about that. They were like, "What if Bama loses to LSU? Like, is there any chance they make the playoffs?" Because their 3 losses were on the road. 2 of them were Tennessee and LSU, who were in the top 10 at the time or whatever, top 15. Does that give Bama any hope or whatever? But I just think that's interesting to see. Like LSU last year was 9-3; they could have maybe made it, but we'll see because there's a lot of teams right now that are like 1 or 2 losses that are going to be fighting for the playoffs. But
Vandy made us look a little bit better too.
Hey, they almost beat Texas. We'll talk about that a
saying.
little bit. Another team that just had a pretty, we thought was going to be a tough game, but I think even Cody predicted upset here was Notre Dame versus Navy. Navy was coming in undefeated, which was like interesting because them and Army both undefeated. Could they make the playoffs? And no, Notre Dame just blew the doors off of them, 51-14. It wasn't even close. Notre Dame's kind of hitting their stride, I will say. I mean, they don't look scary, but they're at least a solid overall team.
I called that.
Yeah, I said Notre Dame was going to dub too. I just felt like it was going to be at least kind of interesting, but
yeah, I thought it was going to be too.
I didn't know Navy's quarterback was hurt. Like going into the game, he played though, but I mean, they can't do anything with it. They run the ball obviously well, but Navy's just like they always have been, pretty one-dimensional. This year they were supposed to be able to throw the ball a little bit better, but they just couldn't hang with the Notre Dame team, which I think Notre Dame's solid. Like I said, I do think they'll be in the playoffs, but that's just because they don't really play a tough-ass schedule. So, yeah, I mean, any kind of surprises there? I mean, do we think Notre Dame's a lock? I mean, they're basically the highest seed they can get is 5 because they can't win a conference championship.
I think they already in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
Yeah.
But are they 1 and done? Is that what y'all see in the playoffs?
With the 12 team, and the top 4 conference.
If they're 5, that's the highest they can be is 5, and they play Boise State, who's the 12. Who's winning that game?
It's gonna take a 400-yard game from Genty to beat them.
Yeah. Need that boy on Michael Myers mode that whole game. No, for real. Nah, but that
standing up ready.
Oh God, that's literally what he does, bro. Why does Jahmyr Gibbs actually did that at Bama and for the Lions? Like that's crazy. I wonder why that. Like, is that a thing, Jay? Like, you're an athlete. Do you think that's the thing they like tell them to do, or is that just how they feel better?
I just think it's a personal preference.
Yeah.
But then you got some running backs like got them Christian McCaffrey who squat down, and then you got like motherfucker who be standing up like a fullback. I don't know. I ain't never heard no coach try to change a running back.
Yeah. Ever. Yeah, I haven't either. So I just thought that was interesting though. But those are the two guys I've seen do it recently. Now Indiana, they're still undefeated. They did beat Washington. That was College game day. I mean, it wasn't a big time game, but just for Indiana, it was. They were honoring Lee Corso and all that stuff. But they're undefeated. I think they're a solid team. I just think they're coached really well. They don't have a lot of great players, but they're coached really well. They're in an easier schedule than a lot of other teams. So, I mean, they'll probably have a chance of the playoffs in theory, but, like, I don't think they're really going to be a threat or make it, honestly. If they lose one game, it might be tough for them to even make the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't think the committee going to want to play with them at all.
Yeah. So, realistically, right now, I think I've seen people say 4 SEC teams make it, 4 Big Ten teams make it. The Big Ten teams would be, like, Ohio State, Penn State, Oregon, and then I guess the other one would be
Indiana, maybe.
I mean, them is the only other one, I guess. So I mean, but I really think 3 makes it out of the Big Ten. We're about to find out. This week's a big game, obviously, for Ohio State and Penn State. We'll talk about that here in a minute. Quickly, Ole Miss takes care of business against Oklahoma, 26-14. Oklahoma is just on a losing streak as of late. Oregon beats the hell out of Illinois, who's been pretty overrated in my opinion. They started out undefeated, but have lost a couple games in a row. Or actually, no, I think they beat Michigan last week. I'm sorry, but they just got smoked 38-9. Oregon's still number one in the country, undefeated. And then another team that got dominated was Missouri. Bama did take care of business. I mean, it started off kind of ugly with offense, but hey, signs of life are there, and we know how this team looks whenever they're on all cylinders. But I think just for our Bama perspective, it was good to see them come out and shut out a good SEC team, which, Missouri was banged up, but I mean, to do that to anybody in the SEC is pretty solid, especially a top 25 team.
It was our most impressive game of the year, man.
Yeah, it was.
Just top to bottom, we ran the damn ball. Thank you.
Yeah, Cody, who was your MVP of the Bama game on offense and defense?
Offense and defense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really like Bray Hubbard. He had a pick, and he was just flying around the field. So I'll go with him. He's in place of Keon Sabb right now, and obviously he was a big role, but he's stepping in and filling them shoes perfectly.
He was graded the highest safety in college football.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That is crazy.
He's really good. He flies around the field. He'll hit you.
He's always in the right spot too,
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, offensively, I would say
gotta be.
I'd probably say Justice Haynes.
Yeah, I mean, he was balling. He was balling.
I'd probably just because he had the best runs and he was the most consistent. Got in the end zone. Had a catch. Didn't do much, but I mean, he's kind of a lead back right now. I mean, we're doing kind of a just running back by committee, and I mean, I like it. But I would definitely just say Justice Haynes. He looked really good. We need to keep that momentum, especially in the run game going.
Yeah, I think they were doing a lot of running off the tackles instead of just running inside zone, and it helped a lot. And I think that's what they got to keep doing because in order to get some respect throwing the ball, we got to be able to run, obviously. And they ran for 271. I think Richard Young popped off a 60-yarder, which he looks pretty good as a high 5-star recruit. He was ranked higher than Justice Haynes in the same class. They got 3 good running backs. You look at the stats. I mean, both Justice and Jam averaged 6 point something a carry. So, I mean, I don't understand why Alabama hasn't been running them enough. I know it's the offense, I guess, but to me, you just got to lean into what you're good at, and that's running the ball. So,
for real. Yeah. It's always been our bread and butter.
Right. Yep. Play defense. The defense. Let's talk about the defense real quick. Defense has stepped up 2 shutouts back-to-back games in the first half. I mean, big. I mean, the Tennessee was the L because of the offense, but the shutouts are in the first half and overall the shutout against Missouri, good signs. Even we talked about this, Cody. The South Carolina game was a little fluky. They were pretty much dominating them in the beginning, and then they had that scenario or that sequence where they scored, and then Jalen got the safety, and then they were right back in the game with a field goal. And then they had a Hail Mary kind of play at the end. So it was really skewed, stats. But the one bad game was Vanderbilt. And then the Georgia game was also a little skewed because they had to throw the ball and go for it on every 4th down in the second half. So defense isn't even that bad in my opinion. They cleaned up a lot. LSU is going to be challenging with those weapons that they have, but they don't run the ball well, and Alabama doesn't even let people really pop off too many big runs. I mean, they have given up, a lot of yards at it's in games, but that's because to me, I think a lot of the times people are just converting and having the ball the whole game. So it's like you're bound to give up some yards. But
I know at one point this year we had the best 3rd down defense in the country.
Yeah, it's just like fucking 4th downs and shit like that. I mean, random, games have just killed them. But I think they'll be all right. I mean, this is obviously a bye week. They got to get healthy. And then, Texas, almost made us look a lot better with Vanderbilt almost recovering an onside kick, or they didn't almost recover it, but they could have recovered it. They had a close game with Texas. They had a couple chances to win that. But, Vandy's a sneaky team. You got to give them props. Obviously, Pavia was playing well. He was banged up, though. So, I mean, 27-24, that's all you can ask for against a good squad like Texas.
A lot of people lost a lot of money on them.
Yeah,
I would definitely say it. Even though they lost, it still makes the L look good on us because they just took Texas to the limit.
Yeah,
and I mean,
and they played perfect against Alabama.
They played perfect,
let that be known because that's
and Pavia got injured during the game or got banged up during the game. He wasn't 100%. I mean, that game could have been different if he would have been 100% full game, you know.
Yeah, and there was a sequence in like the third quarter. There was a 3rd and 18. Texas had to get it, and they got it. And it was like they went down and scored after that. But if let's say they did, I mean, Vandy gets the ball, they go down and score it. So like they're up. You know, who knows what happens?
For real.
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, I think they win that game if that happens, low key.
Yeah, and then we're looking at a 5 or 6-2 Vandy or whatever.
Oh, I mean they're rolling. I mean they're still. I still think after that loss, they're still like, look, we got a really talented team. Let's try to win out right here and see what shakes.
They go to Auburn.
We do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we'll see how they finish the season. Going to Auburn, I mean that's a big game just for both those programs.
I think
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it could be scary for Auburn, but I do think Auburn will give them a battle. I do.
Oh yeah.
Well, Diego Pavia, he played Auburn last year too, so he's going to be kind of accustomed of what they like to run.
He's played Hugh Freeze twice at Liberty once and at Auburn. So
yeah.
We'll see how that
Might
goes. Yeah, Auburn did get a big win against Kentucky. Kentucky's looking bad though, but Auburn had Jarquez Hunter go for like 250. I feel like in a couple tutties.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was running the shit out the ball, but. Last game of the day was Texas A&M and LSU. Started off LSU looking good, and basically the story of the game was halftime adjustments for A&M. They switched the quarterback from Wakeman to Marcel Reed, Marcel Reed is a problem, and he's fast as hell, and he's a dual threat. He threw a nice deep ball down the field. They got 3 interceptions on Nussmeier. LSU looked terrible in the second half, and they won 38-23. It wasn't even close at the end. It was like they just were a different team in the second half. So where does this basically, where do you think A&M goes being undefeated in the SEC? Their one loss comes from Notre Dame week 1. Are they a lock for the SEC championship game? I mean, they have a trap game this week against South Carolina we're going to talk about.
Let me look at their schedule. I know they played Texas at the end, which
basically the hardest games are South Carolina and Texas.
South Carolina. I mean, low key, they got to win this game. They got to win this game this week, I believe. If they don't, then I don't think they'll beat Texas, to be honest. But that's
that's a home game for them. So I mean, it's a big rivalry. I wouldn't.
It is a big rivalry. Yep. I mean, I would agree. That's a big game.
South Carolina game, I do think South Carolina gets the win. I do
too. If we're gonna go ahead and walk into that one, I mean,
look. They're like you got to think about it. They're coming off of such a high, right? They're
switching a huge win.
They're switching to Marcel Reed. We know South Carolina just beat the hell out of Oklahoma last week. They played pretty good football. They just were down a couple players against what's the team? Ole Miss. Whenever Ole Miss came and beat the shit out of them, but I think South Carolina is pretty good, and I feel like at home that crowd, that's a bad matchup for A&M with a good South Carolina front seven, like a very good front seven, and Marcel Reed
is crazy.
Marcel Reed's not a great passer, so I mean he's good, but he's not great yet. He's still young, so I don't trust A&M to get it done. I really don't.
No, I got South Carolina.
Age. Do y'all think that this is the deepest the SEC has ever been since we've been alive?
Yeah,
it's always top heavy.
It is.
Yeah,
but man,
I mean, there's like what 6 like teams that are pretty good, like almost ranked teams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
we got a deep this year, man.
Even like we're gonna talk about the rivalry here this week, Florida and Georgia. Now Florida started off 0-3, rattled off a bunch of wins. They're 4-3. I mean, or 0. I guess they start off 0-2, and then they lost. They wound up winning the game. Then they lost the game they shouldn't have lost to Tennessee. They could have beat them on the road. But now DJ Lagway is looking good. I mean, it's a new era for them. So what do we think about them in Georgia? It's a 16.5 point spread. I do think Georgia wins, but is it close?
I'm betting the plus.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be a possible trap game.
I can see that.
I like that. I was feeling the same way. Like with Lagway in there, they just seem a lot better. They just seem better on offense. I feel like they just have a different vibe to them.
Georgia's defense is in the past with dual threat quarterbacks too.
Exactly. Like they've been known to kind of give up them points now.
Right.
Yeah.
And DJ can run it. I mean, that boy. I like DJ. I'm a fan of DJ. I think he's a baller.
Yeah.
I think he's a baller, and I think they have the team around. Even though it's Florida, they still got really good players all around them.
But they dominated Kentucky the other day.
Dominated. If they can hold Georgia from the big plays and running the ball just every play, then
Georgia doesn't even have elite playmakers. That's the thing.
They don't. They got good players everywhere.
but they're just solid on defense, like super solid. That's why they beat Texas. But like, what if Lagway has the game of his life? Then it's like anything could go.
It's a big rivalry right now. I mean, they're gonna want it.
I would not put it past Florida to keep within 2 scores. Really.
Yep. No. I do got Georgia in the game though.
Yeah. I got Georgia I think Georgia to win, but I go with Jay. This is definitely a trap game.
It's now or never for Florida to make it a bowl, type of season because they're 4-3, but brother, listen to this schedule. Georgia, number 2, at Texas, number 6, not Florida, LSU, 16, Ole Miss, number 19. Like, bro.
Oh, is this Florida schedule after this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're cooked.
They're cooked.
Florida in the country.
Yeah, no, this is the hardest schedule of the whole season. So, I mean, that's a big game. They have to win. I think Napier, the coach, is like, he has to win this game. If he doesn't, you might be out, if you're expecting to lose a couple more games. So
it was the definition of throwing him to the wolves with that schedule, boy.
Oh yeah.
My gosh. I feel bad that they just got destroyed by Miami. Like, they played a lot of good teams.
A lot.
But yeah, so the biggest game is obviously it's weird that they put this at 12 o'clock. I mean, I know they always do this every now and then, but big noon kickoff for the Big Ten, Ohio State at Penn State. Both teams are in the top 5. Penn State's undefeated. So what are we thinking here? I mean, I think Ohio State's favorite. I will double check if the line moved, but does anybody have a big prediction, bold prediction?
I actually think Ohio State gonna win the game.
Yeah, they're favored by 3.5.
It's gonna be a battle.
Yeah, so I sports bet. I don't think I'm gonna put no money on it though. But
yeah,
it's scary. Too scary.
Storyline in this game. I don't know if anybody thinks this will do a whole lot in the game, but the quarterback Will Howard for Ohio State grew up a huge Penn State fan, and they did not offer him. And he already said in the press conference, a stupid quote they didn't offer me, but hopefully I can prove them wrong. We're gonna see, or something like that. And I was like, all right, buddy,
you already proved somebody wrong, bro. You've been a D1 college quarterback.
Yeah, it's not a Penn State thing. It is what it is.
It is. I feel like it's a little grudge he's holding.
It's he's gonna be pissed off. Maybe he has a great game, but at the same time, I've seen where people overcompensate. They try to play hero ball and then they throw 3 picks.
He will too.
We finna see.
Yeah,
they just see which one it is.
Ohio State, if they just want to win this game, to me, they gotta just run the shit out the ball.
Yeah. Yep. Didn't Quishon Judkins get clamped last week or something?
Yeah, I think he did. Go back to that.
I can't remember that line, but I could have sworn somebody said he didn't do anything. I was.
Well, Will Howard had 3 tutties last week and a pick, 221. But last week they ran the ball 31 times for 64 yards.
Yeah, they did get clamped in. That's insane.
Judkins and Travion Henderson had 10 carries, both for 20-something yards.
That's low key how you stop the Buckeyes right there.
But Penn State, if they're gonna win this game, they got to do exactly what Nebraska did because they're better than Nebraska. So if they just lock up the run game,
that's OV.
I guess Ohio State could just say F it and we're gonna air it out to Smith and Ibuka, but who knows?
Yeah.
This is gonna be a good game though.
Yeah, it's gonna
be one of the best of the week for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it is.
Miami plays Duke. I mean, Duke is kind of relevant since they've only lost a couple games, but is this a game where Miami slips up at home? I don't personally know. I don't know. But what's the quarterback from Duke? He transferred from Texas. Malik, what's his name, Cody? You know what I'm talking about. The transfer. He started a few games when Quinn Ewers was out. He's not bad. Malik Murphy, I think.
Malik Murphy, yeah.
They're 6-2, right? So they've lost. They lost last week in a close game in overtime, 28-27 to SMU, who's actually number 22. So Duke's pretty good. I
They're not bad at all.
This is a game that Miami could lose. They are favored by 20, though.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I don't.
Another trap game.
No. Sir.
At home though, I don't know.
And Duke been football program now for the past 5 years or so.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, this game I'm about to talk about, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Go ahead, Coach. My bad.
Did we pick our winners that Ohio State Penn State game, or did everybody have a?
No, we didn't. So you can go ahead and start. My bad.
I got Penn State with the upset.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'll take it. I'm going Buckeyes.
All right. Yeah.
Only reason why I'm picking Ohio State is because they might just be a little embarrassed after last week, and they might just say, "Fuck it, we finna turn up on it."
That's facts.
So we got 2 for Ohio State and 1 for Penn State. I want to go. I'm probably gonna be wrong on this, but I'm gonna go Penn State.
Yeah.
I like it. 2-2.
I just think it's just one of those games Penn State is now or never for James Franklin. Like, is he
Yep.
going to finally win the big game? Like, he's got to win it. He's always 10-2. This is the year to basically say
do it.
We're in it, and it's going to be us in Oregon for the championship for the Big
Ten. Coaches.
Yeah. Oh yeah, true. I mean, Ryan Day needs a win bad. I mean, that guy, like, he's been slandered for every time that he's lost a big game. So
every time,
especially the one against Oregon. Good Lord.
Ooh.
The clock management, the outcoached, because Dan Lanning outcoached him at the end. It's just, I don't know. But one game that's not on here, but I want us to talk about real quick, is a massive game, in my opinion, for Ole Miss. It's Ole Miss at Arkansas.
Wow.
12 o'clock.
Wow.
Ole Miss is favored by 7. Is this the game that knocks Ole Miss out of the playoff race?
It could, but I just their offense, when it's clicking, could be one of the most explosive ones in the country.
Dude, the over-under is 53. Give me the
over.
Way over.
Cody, what you think, man? You're about to slam it down.
Give me Arkansas.
Ooh.
Give me them Razorbacks.
It's backwards, but the score is 58-25. Arkansas dropped so many yards on Mississippi State last week. It's not even funny.
They were ready to do it again.
They had 359 rushing yards.
They're on a heater.
They're on a heater.
314 passing yards. 5 tutties passing. What are we like?
How many total yards do they have as a team?
It was basically almost 800.
Oh my God.
That's about a band.
That's about a band.
That's 2 games worth of yards.
I'm sorry. It was 673. My bad.
Still close to a band.
Yeah.
It was crazy, man. So, what's our prediction on this game? Ole Miss or Arkansas?
I already said I'm rolling with the Razorbacks.
Razorbacks.
I've liked Ole Miss's offense all year, so I'm gonna stick with them. Even though they be having blunders from time to time, I'm gonna stick with them this week.
They're still a good team.
I don't even know.
Great team.
If what's his name is out. Is Trey Harris the wide receiver going to be out because he was banged up? I think the last game.
I can look.
I'm going to give Ole Miss the slight edge, but it's just because they're desperate. I don't know.
Confidence level is not over 5. I can tell you that much.
No, this might be a bad pick, but I'm going to say Ole Miss. I just don't feel confident in it.
I'm going with the upset. Yeah. I'd like to see Arkansas win. That'd be pretty cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be happy.
I mean, 6-3
make a lot of people happy, and a lot of people's pockets happy probably too.
Yeah.
Any chance Oregon loses on the road to Michigan?
No.
I think that could possibly be one that, like, I don't think they're gonna lose, but I think Michigan defense might just say, "All right, y'all gonna beat us.
Step up.
Like, y'all gonna have to beat us a certain way." So whatever the over under is on this one, I might even just take the under because I think Michigan gonna try to make it a clock management, hold the ball. Because their offense can't put up that many points. They're going to make Oregon work for their money, for sure.
45.5 is the total.
Ooh, that might be a little too low, though.
Yeah. Well, they know something, though. The spread is 15.5.
Though I said they do. Vegas knows something every week.
Yeah.
Every time.
And to me, it's like if the total is so low and the spread is 15.5, I'd almost take Michigan to cover the spread. That's kind of what I would do, but I don't know.
Okay.
Who just because if they're thinking it's going to be like 20 something to 20, like I don't know. I would just assume.
I want to stay away from that game.
Yeah, that's a weird one, but interesting to say the least. I mean, Oregon's definitely need to keep staying undefeated. And then these games, I don't really know too much about Iowa State and Texas Tech. I'm not even gonna lie. I know how Iowa State's 11. I just don't know enough about them. Anybody else want to enlighten me? Because I just can't even tell you who. I mean, I would assume they win the game, and they're at home.
They're a really good team, actually. Like, they're really well balanced. Like, they don't do anything great, but they do everything really good. They're kind of like a Vandy, how they like do everything good. Like, they're just a really solid team everywhere.
Yeah.
And their quarterback is like, he's a good quarterback, a little inconsistent at time, but they got 3 running backs with 300 yards. Like, they're a good team, and they got 2 receivers with over 500 yards. Yeah. Like, they can spread it around, but they can also lean on that run game. Like,
it
does
look
they're
like
a solid team.
It looks like they've won a couple of shootouts.
They can score now.
It actually just looks like I mean, it looks like they've just taken care of business, really.
2 receivers with 500. You can do some on offense.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, last week they almost lost to Central Florida, 38-35, but it's the only close game they've had.
But Central Florida ain't even no scrub either.
I'm lying.
They can score.
They had a close game week 2. They almost lost to Iowa. I think they won by a field goal, or they on a last-second field goal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I would say it's good, man. I guess I haven't watched them enough.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think they take that win at home.
It's a big game for them because if they want to win the Big 12, it's like they got to win that game plus the ending of the year is tough because they play a 5-3 Cincinnati team who's sneaky. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Utah is not that great this year, but they're still going to Utah. And then the last game of the year is probably a sneak peek of the Big 12 championship. Is Kansas State and Iowa State.
Oh, okay. Yep.
But BYU is technically in first, I guess. I can't forget about.
Did they already play Colorado?
No, I don't think they play them.
No. They didn't play them.
They don't play them this year. Yeah,
that would have been a good game.
Colorado. Speaking of them, I mean, are they a threat at all?
Really don't think so.
No. 6-2.
I'm a J.
Now?
I think they're gonna be like what Utah used to be back in the day before they actually really started being good enough to win the conference. Like back in the day, Utah used to just be the conference champion spoiler. Like whoever Utah beat them that year probably.
Yeah.
And I think Colorado probably just gonna be the team who on their best day they can beat anybody in that conference, but they ain't finna be for 12 weeks being the best team in the conference.
Yeah. Texas A&M at South Carolina. I know we mentioned official predictions here. I'm gonna go South Carolina.
I'm going South Carolina.
Ooh, that was tough.
It's like Lenore Sellers or Marcel Reed.
I just really like that defensive line of South Carolina's and how they attack the quarterback.
That's what I'm looking at. Really.
That's tough.
But at the same time, let's say they – sorry, go ahead, Jay.
I said, who the home team?
South Carolina.
Ooh.
It's at night on ABC.
So they're going to be rowdy.
They're going to be loud as shit.
They're going to be rowdy.
I'm taking South.
Yeah.
Also, like, they run the ball really well with Rocket Sanders. I mean –
he's so good.
Nick Harbor, the wide receiver that mossed he didn't really moss anybody, but he had that Hail Mary against Bama to put him, close. But he's a freak. He's like a track star that's 6'5". I mean, they got weapons. They got a great defense. Special teams is good because of Beamer ball. Marcel Reed, though, I mean, he's a great dual threat, but it's just like this is your first big test on the road. Like, let's see what you can do. So
question though. So like South Carolina almost beat LSU, and I remember before that game, the first time I was on the pod, we all picked.
They got robbed.
They got robbed. So Texas A&M just goes and beat LSU, but we think South Carolina going to beat Texas
A&M. Yeah. So what does that tell you?
That's how deep the damn conference is.
That's exactly right.
We're going to be wrong more times than right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to predict these. I wish we could know, like, we're doing a sleeper pick 'em for the NFL, but I wish we could know like what our record is for the college picks because I'm sure it's not great.
It's not great.
I'm sure it's not great. We could go back and just see what this is for this week after they play these games. We'll actually do that just to talk about it next week. But
we need to do how the Good Morning America football people do. Like all the people on the panel, they got like a record for like the win loss with their bet.
We should do that.
Yeah,
that would be sick.
We should definitely do that.
That would be sick.
Clemson and Louisville. I mean, at night, Clemson's at home. They're on a streak of like 7 wins, 6 wins. Is this an upset or no?
I don't love them, but I think Clemson will handle them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think Clemson will I think it'll be close at first, and then Clemson will just pull away.
Yeah. Tennessee on a bye, coming off a bye, probably beats the shit out of Kentucky at home.
Oh, they're stomping them
at night, and they're wearing their alternate black uniforms.
Yeah, they're
gonna shit on Kentucky. Pitt is number 18 playing at 20 SMU with a sleeper game of the ACC. Who gets this win?
That's tough.
Give me my semi-Steelers. Give me Pitt.
Give me Pitt too.
I'm with Seth. I got Pitt.
I got the Steelers. The semi-Steelers.
The semi-Steelers.
Yeah, Pitt's undefeated right now.
They're good.
Actually, SMU's favored by 7.5. We might be just so wrong on this, but who knows?
Hey.
SMU good now.
They are good.
They are good.
You know what? I'm gonna pick SMU. I'm flipping.
All right.
I'm flipping.
Flip the commitment.
Flipping a commitment. All right, so let's go into NFL now, real quick.
Here we go.
basically run through some of these big games week 8. Starting off, me and Seth got the Rams right. We got the Rams beating the Vikings. Now we maybe didn't say it on the pod, guys, which we tell y'all all the time. We change our picks right before kickoff a lot of the times because news comes out, aka Puka was playing.
Yeah.
So we chose the Rams and they did win 30-20. Now let's just be honest, that was one of the worst no face masks.
Dude, that was awful, bro.
To end the game.
Ever.
Like I really thought they could, because that would have been a 15-yard penalty. They would have been on like the 20, 25.
Yeah, it would have at least given them field position.
More of a chance, yeah.
I don't know.
I think they had timeouts too.
Yeah, it was a lot of time left.
Oh man, that was some bullshit, man.
Parlay didn't hit because of it.
Nope, it didn't hit.
It's all right. So yeah, I mean Rams are back, I guess. Let's see. So the NFC West, they're all 4 lost teams. So who wins that division as of now?
I got the Rams.
Yeah, I do too. I got the Rams because I actually think they're the best offense right now because the Niners are too banged up. The Rams have Kyron, Puka, Cup, and then Stafford is cooking. We know he's won a Super Bowl. Now Cardinals are fine, Seahawks are fine, but they both don't have defense.
Yeah, they're both wishy-washy.
And now the Rams, y'all might say, who's on the Rams defense? Well, to be honest, they're surprising a lot of people with their defensive line, and I feel like if they just figure out a trade piece in the secondary, maybe, I mean, they could be all right. But Jared Verse is looking pretty strong.
Yeah.
And who's the other guy they had? Like the Clemson dude, maybe. Fisk? Brandon Fisk? I think it's Fisk, Fiske. Him and Jared Verse have been pretty nice additions, I will say. So they're tough. They're tough, dude. Yeah.
A lot of pre-drafted, he couldn't bend, he couldn't move. So they thought he was just a bull rusher.
He did kind of slide, late first round.
He been getting to the quarterback though.
Yeah. Eagles beat the hell out the Bengals. I mean, Bengals didn't have T. Higgins, but it didn't really matter. I mean, they lost
that one.
20.
Hayden was set on the Bengals.
I was set on the Bengals, but they lost T. Higgins.
They did.
It would have been at least something.
They lost T. Higgins, and Hayden said,
"It don't matter."
Eagles.
But
I would have picked the winner of that game.
I did pick the Eagles in the sleeper. Luckily, right before kickoff, I flipped. But yeah, I just thought the Bengals would have won if they had everybody. But it is what it is. Eagles got the job done. Now Eagles are 5-2 basically, and they've looked better the last 3 games. They won.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they got AJ and Devontae back and flipped the switch, which I mean, like you needed them. You needed them.
I ain't gonna lie, the loss of Joe Mixon is really hurting the Bengals.
Yeah, true.
Like they poked the ball last year. Now you see what the Texans doing with him.
Yeah, him and Jesse Bates. I mean, I know I'm a Falcons fan, but dear Lord, that man Jesse Bates was so good. It's like I don't know what to do. Like I feel like my heart says T.J. Watt's winning Defensive Player of the Year, or my mind says T.J. Watt's winning Defensive Player, but my heart wants to say Jesse Bates.
Yeah,
TJ was going crazy last week.
Yeah, Jesse had like a pick and a forced fumble and like a bunch of tackles last week. But I mean, they're both great players. So
Brian Branch in there too now.
Brian, I know. I posted a TikTok about him because he was my midseason Defensive Player of the Year last week. But he's a dog. Xavier McKinney too. DBs. What's up?
Pat Surtain, 2 Bama DBs.
Yeah, dude, and Xavier McKinney.
Yeah, 3 Bama DBs.
It's like, dude, they're just everywhere.
Minka hasn't been too crazy.
Well, Minka's just not getting thrown at. Like nobody throws to him.
I mean, I wouldn't either.
Yeah, that's just what happens. But
that motherfucker ball hawk.
A game
a
game that was kind of a good ass game when I feel like it was supposed to be maybe one-sided was Falcons and Bucks. Me and Cody. Me and Cody were there. But no, I was just saying, like, it was supposed to be, no Chris Godwin, no Mike Evans. Yeah. But me and Cody were riding to the game like, this is about to be a pretty good game because anytime you're playing a rival, on the road like the Falcons are, it's a tough one. Plus, Baker's throwing the ball like an elite level this year.
Yeah, he is. Kate Otton's looking like prime.
And
I don't even know.
Prime Gronk.
Yeah, prime Gronk.
But no, speaking of that, National Tight End Day, and Kyle Pitts and Kate Otten had 2 touchdowns.
Dude, yeah.
Kate Otten had
National
one right
Tight
in front
End
of
Day
us.
Was a tight end feast, to say the least.
Look at him over here being a rhymer.
Oh man, but no, it was a good game though. Me and Cody had a great time. We had end zone seats. We basically saw two great plays right in front of us. One was a Bijan touchdown that made our parlay hit. That was one of the best moments that we've ever had together.
Video parlay,
bro. It was crazy. Great. And I think AJ Terrell had a Madden interception.
Diving catch.
It was one of those Madden interceptions where you're like, there's no way he just dove like 20 feet to get that. But he did.
We were like, he came out of nowhere.
Right, Cody was like, he was flying. Nah, it was fun though. We had a good time. There was like a section that we were in was just like half. It felt like half Falcons, half Bucks fans. Cody, I mean,
dude, there's a group rowdy behind us that was just nothing but Falcons.
Dude, it was like every time Atlanta did something, it was just ATL, ho, ATL. I was like, all right, we in a little Atlanta section now.
Me and Hayward, we were just.
We had that one dude in the Dion jersey going crazy the whole game.
Oh yeah,
he was in the Thriller. that man was just leading the whole like Falcons nation right there.
Oh, he was
every time out.
He was the charge.
We saw some great plays, great offense. The craziest thing was like the fumble after the AJ Terrell pick was a big moment in the game because it was 31-17 in the fourth quarter. Now Algier gets the ball on like the 2. We're pinned back, right? You know, we're in the end zone that me and Cody are sitting in. He fumbles it. Ball goes out the back of the end zone. It's a safety. They get the ball back. They drive towards us. They throw another K-Dot and touchdown. And they, get it. I think they got a 2-point conversion. No, they just kicked extra point. So it was 31-26. Falcons go down. They're about to kick the game, like icing field goal. And Koo misses a field goal wide right. And then I'm like, all right, here we go.
There we go.
And so they come down, they throw a Hail Mary. Luckily, Baker throws it out of the back of the end zone. And then, side note, it went so far out the back of the end zone that my bad, I started to tweet. But it went out of the back of the end zone, and the dude that called it, he was out of bounds, but he hit the ref, or not the ref, he hit the security guy, like an older security guy, and bro, he broke his ankle. I read it on Twitter, and it's like the 10th person I've seen like the last 2 years that's on the sideline break or dislocate or tear something. Get these old men off the field, man, for their own.
Get them off the field or get them a mirror so they can see behind them.
It's so heartbreaking because I see this and like Kamara. Remember he decked that one poor old guy. He just got shatters his knee. Kamara just gets up, runs back to the huddle, and the dude is like audibly in so much pain. And
pulling out the stretcher for him.
Yeah, bring out the whole stretcher. Game. Bro, I feel so bad for those kind of like people that are just doing their job.
I really like the Falcons though, bro. I like y'all team this year.
Man, that's what I've been saying, man. Hayden, every game, man. Oh, we gonna lose, man. The Falcons suck.
They do suck. Falcons are so bad. They have 6 sacks, bro.
Okay, y'all still got dubs.
No, but it don't matter. We suck,
bro. I'm telling you, y'all gonna beat the Colts.
Yeah, well, I mean,
they just can't get the quarterback. I mean,
he ain't gonna beat. Is the Steelers?
We
already know. Yeah, y'all beat the Steelers, so I mean, hey.
If it was Pittsburgh, it'll
be y'all did beat the Steelers. Yeah, I hate, bro. Can we talk about that for a second? When I saw Joe Flacco come into the game after I didn't even know where this guy was, and then Anthony Richardson gets hurt and Joe Flacco trots out on the field, I'm like, yeah, we're cooked. Yeah. I was like, Joe Flacco, we can't get rid of that motherfucker, dude. I was like, dude. As soon as I saw him trot out there and him and Big Ben was there too, I was like, yeah, we're getting. We're losing.
It's over.
I was like, this is so done.
I got Joe Flacco and the other in the sleeper.
I said he done beat the Steelers a fair share of times in his career.
Yep, that's why when I knew he was trotting out on that field, I said, here we go again.
All right.
I said, God damn it.
All right. So I just want to get through these. Basically, Cardinals beat the Dolphins on a last-second field goal.
Called that one.
Dolphins are
cooked.
Yeah, I like that. Dude, the odds on that were crazy too.
Yeah.
My parlay almost hit. Almost hit.
Because of it.
Yeah. So big L for the Dolphins. I mean, now they're 2-6, and I guess they're out of the playoff talks. And it's gonna take a miracle. I mean, they could do it, but I just don't think they will.
No.
Defense isn't that good. But Cardinals are 4-4. Actually, are gonna be, as of now, the 4 seed in the NFC playoffs because of that division. But yeah, they're not going to be the 4 seed. It will probably be the Rams, honestly.
Yep.
But yeah, so Browns did the same thing. They upset the Ravens, and I mean, it was a bigger upset because it was Jameis's first start of the year. The Ravens are obviously the Ravens, and came down to the wire, and they got the job done. So Any concern for the Ravens? I mean, they get Deontay Johnson in a trade, but they're still mad at the defense. So really, like, what do you fix?
Yeah,
you know,
I don't know. I really don't know why they defense so bad because like if you look at fantasy, like even just on fantasy, like every quarterback that played the Ravens is projected like 18, 19, 20 points. Like even like this week, Bo Nix is projected like 18.6.
Yeah, it's their secondary actually.
Yeah, but
it's not good.
You got so used to like them over the past few years just having lockdown defense.
Yeah,
and now they just being
Marlon and Kyle Hamilton are good, but it's like I don't know.
They got the players, it just ain't meshing.
I think they lost, their defensive coordinator, and it definitely hurt them because I don't know. They just haven't been the same. They haven't been dominating, and Roquan Smith's pretty good, but besides that, it's like they don't have a great pass rusher. I mean, what's the dude? It's like the defensive tackle, Matabuke. I think he had a great year last year. He had like double-digit sacks, but I just don't know. They probably need to make a move before the deadline. No, Patrick Queen's on the Steelers.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Matthew Judon.
Oh, I'm sorry, Matthew Judon. No, he's on the Falcons and he's done nothing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he's got like 2
sacks. What about that motherfucker Marcus Peters?
Nah, Marcus Peters is not even like on a team right now. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. So that might be anything.
That's pretty much it. I mean, they're kind of young, but they lost DC, so it's a combination of that. I don't really know how much they could do before the trade deadline. Like I don't know who's available as a piece out there, but I don't know. I mean, I saw like Buda Baker, but then now the Cardinals are winning, so it's like who knows?
Yeah,
I don't know. But yeah. So moving on, quick, talk about this real quick. Jay, the Colts 23-20 L against the Texans. Now AR's benched for Joe Flacco.
Dude, that's crazy, man.
But I mean, clearly now they got a chance of making the playoffs.
Yep.
Yeah. No, Joe Flacco is still him.
Yeah. I think we're gonna less big plays, but our offense gonna move the ball up and down the field more. We're gonna have 3 and outs. We're gonna have we ain't gonna be having 80-yard bombs from Anthony Richardson all the time no more. But Joe Flacco, he know how to check down.
Yeah.
He get the ball to everything.
Yeah.
Y'all can control the game.
Yeah, I love the fact that he loved Josh Downs, who is truly our receiver.
Yeah.
Like
he's so good.
He better than Michael Pittman in like a lot of ways, other than the fact that Michael Pittman he tough as hell and he'll go get the ball.
Yeah.
That's one thing I do love about Pitt. He gonna go get it if you put it over there by him.
Oh,
for sure.
He's like
y'all got a really good team, dude.
Yeah. Like Michael Pittman is like a less athletic George Pickens. Just
thanks.
You want to go get that bit, go get it.
Like, bro, I love George.
I do too, bro.
I know he a little baby sometimes, but dude, that man can be baby all he want if he making catches like that.
Yeah, for real.
Also, really they got to change that rule. If you get 2 of the same feet down, that's a catch.
Dude, that was a crazy, dude.
I've never seen.
They got to fix that for real in the offseason.
Because I think if you got 2 feet in, that's 2 feet.
Right. Yeah. How is that different than getting your right and left? I don't
know. I saw that. I was like,
whoa. And then, but a cheek is 2 feet. I think that makes sense.
You feel me?
Like what?
Them cheeks, man.
You get 1 cheek in, man. You're good.
You can get a thigh down, ass,
a calf. Like, dude,
it don't even matter.
I don't really understand the lower body part getting you qualified as 2. Like, if you get a calf down and that's it, bro, that should not be a catch.
That should not be. Yeah, no.
Nah, like that's just I don't get that. It's like a leg. It's like 1 foot. Like,
that was definitely one of the most jaw-dropping reviews and outcomes.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't believe it.
If you had a George Pickens player or George Pickens fantasy, George Pickens touchdown and your bet, like,
Cody.
Oh my gosh,
do something through the wall,
Cody's
dude. Yeah, because the first one he had a touchdown prior to that.
Yeah,
with Russell, and then it got called back because Broderick Jones holding. And then he's gonna have that. He would have had 2 tutties.
Yeah.
Back though, I ain't gonna lie. We gonna have to prey on the Houston Texans downfall, and we're gonna have to basically not win out, but be damn close to it. Because if we would have won that game, would have been tied for them in the division, but 1 game behind them overall. And now we 2 games behind them in the division, 3 behind them overall.
Yeah, the downfall looks like it might be coming. If Stephon Diggs and Nico both out, the time is now.
Yeah, like we got to strike like a damn snake.
Oh God.
Well, it starts with we're gonna talk about this in a minute, but the primetime game this week against the Vikings on the road.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one.
It's gonna be doable though.
I like us.
I do too. I really do too. I mean, Vikings are sliding right now. So
you look at our 52-man roster. We got a good one.
It's a good team. I can't wait for that game.
Before we get off of the Colts, what do you think y'all are gonna do with Anthony Richardson now?
See, that's the scary part because not only do he give us some electrifying plays, do 13 games in college, 10 he ain't played that much football. But with how much scrutiny Chris Ballard been going up under from our fans, because the only thing that we love about Ballard is his drafting. We hate everything that man do. Like he don't spend no money.
Trade.
The year after Luck retired, we had the highest cap in the NFL. Didn't spend shit. He still don't spend nothing. We made no trades, no nothing. I think I know one thing about him. He loved homegrown players, like players that we draft. Yeah. But that, like Darius Leonard was the best linebacker in the NFL his whole time with the coach. He get hurt, his back is messed up, so you got to let him go. So you can let somebody like him go because he get hurt, but you can't let go of people who ain't producing big plays and stuff. Like he be having too much faith in mediocre players.
Yeah.
And
so that's facts.
I'm with you though about like the AR thing. At least like he hasn't played a lot because I mean I am biased. I have him on a dynasty like fantasy team.
But we need
yeah, you got to win now. But I think that he could still be the guy. It's just clearly he needs to learn and like he's got to.
And I feel like him being behind Joe Flacco. I mean, like what better quarterback to learn from about like being a pocket passer and stuff. I mean, we know he's got legs and stuff.
Yeah,
but it's like to really get down
I went back and watched a clip that somebody put together of the 15 passes in the first half that he was 2 for 15. But if you look at it, it sounds terrible, obviously. But if you go watch them, there were some decent throws. Like it wasn't like he was missing people. Like he wasn't overthrowing. It wasn't anything crazy. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased, but I feel like he was making decent throws. Now some of them were like deep balls that were 50-50. Yeah. But it's not like horrible.
Yeah, it's not like he throwing ducks. He ain't throwing ducks.
No.
He just ain't hitting them.
Maybe it's the reads. Maybe it's just coming down. He can't read the defense yet. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, that could be a very big thing. Because, I mean, he's only playing so many games. It takes a lot to read a defense.
Oh, God.
He's got all the talent, bro. It would be nice if he could just come together in the next couple of years and really be the guy.
Really could be like Lamar. Like
a physical Lamar.
Yeah.
He needs
a lot more beef.
He's really a Josh Allen. That's what he is.
That's
true. Yeah, he's like a mix.
Well, I saw a thing today. I mean, we see this from time to time when quarterbacks struggle, but it's like Josh Allen started his career off terrible, like super inconsistent, really bad completion percentage. Yeah, I don't know. It could be like that. So we'll see. And Josh Allen didn't have a guy like Flacco to help him out. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he couldn't just now put him on the bench and let so-and-so come in. Like they had Nathan Peterman. Like he ain't gonna do that. Like
yeah.
So Josh Allen had to play, and he was 50% completion percentage and a pick every game. But now he's the best AFC quarterback other than Lamar and Patrick Mahomes. Like it's just like I don't know. So we'll see. I mean, the verdict's still out. I think people got to give these players time. I'm tired of people giving up on Bryce, giving up on AR. Like, bro, they're not going to be immediately like CJ Stroud because now everybody goes into a perfect like situation.
Yeah, Peyton Manning went 3-13 his first year and threw hella pick.
Right. Yeah, I mean it's like Tom Brady, low key. He was sitting for a year or two.
Mahomes sat for a year. I mean, dude,
Jordan I feel like
Love, Aaron Rodgers.
These guys got to learn. Like they can't just jump in and be like, "Oh yeah, this is just like college."
Yeah.
Like, you're facing people who've been in here for a lot longer than you've been alive, basically.
Yeah.
No God.
So yeah, then the Bills beat. I mean, speaking of Josh Allen, the Bills beat the shit out of the Seahawks on the road, 31-10. Mark Cooper didn't do anything, but it didn't matter because they had a great game from just the defense and Josh Allen. So Josh Allen's still like pretty clean as far as turnovers.
I said, can I admit how wrong I was? The first pod that I was on, it was the week before the Miami and Buffalo game.
Oh yeah, we were all wrong.
And I just talked about how I love Miami more, how Josh Allen really can't do it all by himself. He is doing it all by his damn self because they good. And
it's really him and James Cook. Dude.
Yeah,
James Cook has been like no pun intended cooking.
Yeah,
literally. Like I mean that game you're talking about, he had 3 tutties.
Yep.
On
my head.
The biggest thing about their offense is is Joe Brady is offensive coordinator, and Joe Brady was the offensive coordinator for the LSU Natty team that had Joe Burrow and Jamar and Justin. He's setting them up to win every game. It's just, are they going to be able to get enough stops, which they didn't do against the Ravens. You know, they struggled. They got dominated in that game, but they got off to a bad start. So I feel like if they're controlling the game early, it's going to be hard to beat the Bills. You know? They could easily make a Super Bowl run, especially since Keon Coleman, Amari Cooper, and Shakir are their wide receivers. Like, I don't think that's a bad core.
It's not. No.
Like Keon Coleman coming out the draft, and I don't think he's that good.
I don't think Keon's that good either, but he's definitely played better than I thought.
Yeah.
We'll see, though. And then 49ers beat the Cowboys. It was not close, but it seems close looking at the score, 30-24. Cowboys get Micah Parsons back. They're playing the Falcons this week. I actually think the game could be a loss for the Falcons. I really believe that.
I mean, dude, the Cowboys are looking awful.
They're bad. They are bad. But the thing is, they're a weird team where, like, sometimes they'll just pop off for like a 40 piece, and the Falcons are the team to do it because we cannot pressure the quarterback. And if you let Dak carve you up, I mean, I don't know.
Man, I feel like they could do that, but at the same time, I feel like Kirk could also just do it right back.
It's going to be a shootout, but I'm telling you right now, it's a 2.5-point spread, and people are going to think the Falcons are going to win this game, and it's not going to be that easy. And I do think I've seen guys that I trust taking the Cowboys to cover the 2.5. So if you're covering the 2.5, you might as well win the game. Like, I
do think the Cowboys take the game.
I do too, bro. I don't think the Falcons are winning this.
I think at the Cowboys.
No, it's in Atlanta. It don't matter. The Cowboys have a great fan base. They're gonna travel. You know how Atlanta is, bro. Everybody takes over Atlanta.
But y'all are good right now.
It doesn't matter. Everybody says against the Seahawks. They lost 31-14 against Seattle.
Yeah, coming back with a vengeance, man.
Falcons have
I'm not trusting the Falcons.
I just don't.
Even though you don't, I'm not trusting them.
I do not. You're gonna be mistaken if you trust the Falcons, bro.
I picked them on the sleeper already.
A lot of times, and my gut telling me Cowboys gonna come out swinging in this one.
Yeah, they have to. I mean, it's literally 3-4. Like, they got to win. So.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't want that for the dynasty.
Yeah,
need that. They got that stack.
CD.
Yeah,
you need that. So
I do need that.
Pull for them. And then what else? Really, I mean, Steelers, they handled the Giants. I mean, it kind of was close at the end, but TJ Watt did what we said he was gonna do, which was get two big plays and win the game, basically. So. So Russ, though, let's talk about Russ. Russ is cooking. Do we think Russ can keep it going, or is this going to be a little bit of a letdown after this?
He definitely keeps the job.
I think he can keep it going. I mean, if our offensive linemen can keep holding back like they were doing, kinda. I mean, the Giants had the most sacks in the league. Like, their defense is a little slept on. I feel like
they're definitely.
And they were getting to them.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like our offensive line's holding up pretty decently, and if they do like they did the week prior, I feel like Russ could really be good.
Yeah.
Like, low key back to like prime Seattle Russ a little bit. I might be just glazing here.
It's possible.
Yeah,
but especially with like Najee's looking like a tank out there.
Najee is good.
Yeah,
Najee's good right now. I think they're playing like what they thought. Russ had in Seattle. I mean, obviously it's not Legion of Boom, but it's pretty good. And then you got the run game working, plus George Pickens. I mean, it's kind of hard to count them out.
I do want somebody else, like just like a little somebody else.
Y'all do need some more receivers, I think.
That's what I'm saying, bro. We need a little help. Like, we don't have to go crazy or nothing, but we need a little something.
Yeah, Van Jefferson is a wide receiver too.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know, bro. And of course that motherfucker goes to the Ravens. Little fuck. Man, I could curse that man to the grave.
It's not like it's not like he like said, "Let me go to the Ravens."
Yeah, nah, I'm pretty sure he did.
Nah.
Yeah, he went up to the Panthers. He was like, "Yeah, you ought to give me to the Ravens."
That is kind of crazy. They traded him to the Ravens.
Dude, I hope we just lay him out when we play him, because
of
course we haven't played him.
He probably will play a terrible game against the Steelers.
I hope so, dude. I fucking hope so.
Double cut.
He'll drop everything.
He's so lit.
He's a great route runner.
He is a great route runner. That's why I'm scared.
Yeah.
I got Zay Flowers in fantasy, so I'm like, it's not going down.
Yeah.
All right, so
need to get him at.
The best game of the week is who? Because looking at it, I would say it's gonna be Lions and Packers, but there's a good chance it could be that primetime Colts and Vikings game.
That is true.
Yeah. And
that is a good one.
Honestly enough, the best games that we projected is gonna be NFC North heavy.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, I mean, and it's funny because we were just talking about that Bills Dolphins game, and here they are playing again this week.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like that one could be pretty good.
I don't know. It's at home. Bills are gonna cook.
Yeah, I think Bills finna do it today.
Yeah,
the Dolphins have no choice but to win.
Yeah.
So on A-Chain. Let's go.
A-Chain?
On A-Chain. Yes, sir.
I still don't think Miami's going to win, but I think it'll be closer than the first game.
It is the NFL, though.
Yeah.
It never happens, so I'm going to stay away from that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like that one.
Division rival with one team looking like they won't make the playoffs when they got a playoff roster. They might just, like, let's turn up.
And Thursday, I know you need Texans to lose. They're playing the Jets tomorrow.
I got the Jets winning that game. I don't even care. Give me the Jets.
I hope so, bro. The Jets need something.
Give me the Jets
have been
because
awful.
they're favored and they're literally desperate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're literally desperate.
Devontae Adams, 200 yards.
Ooh, on Stingley's head?
On Stingley's head.
On Stingley's head.
Okay.
The Bears and the Cardinals game could be
Give me
pretty
the
good
Cardinals.
Bears
give me the Cardinals because you know why? You come off a demoralizing loss like that the Bears had. And then the Cardinals are actually on a roll, not like a roll, but they're for them. They won 2 in a row.
They're good.
They're
playing really good right now.
Streak. They're about to make it 3 in a row. Give me Cardinals in a weird game, but another Bears L. Sorry, Jack.
Yeah, I'll take the Cards on this one.
I trust Kyler more than Caleb right now.
Oh yeah, that's fair. That's the Bucks and Chiefs game would be a great game if they had Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. Still, that would literally be a
Chiefs are 9.5-point favorites. Do they cover or no?
Nope.
Nah. I mean, maybe low key at
home. The way
home.
Baker's playing though.
The way Baker's playing, but at home, and if the Chiefs start to pull ahead, I feel like that's just gonna be demoralizing as the game goes on.
Yeah.
We'll see. The Bucks have no defense right now.
That's what I'm saying.
We'll
and
see.
at home at the Chiefs, Taylor Swift probably gonna be there.
Is this a D-Hop? Is this a D-Hop breakout?
I hope so, dude. I hope he kind of goes dummy. I just want to see it.
We'll see. I mean,
I've never really loved D-Hop, and it is not even because of his game. I absolutely love his game, but he played in the South against
I feel you.
For the Titans and the Texans, so
yeah.
His whole career, I've been disliking him. So
now he's on the Chiefs. It's like, bro.
It's like now we got a real reason to hate you.
Oh God.
For real.
I would say, I mean, I think the score of that game would be like a 17-31 Chiefs, something like that.
Okay.
I just like Baker. I think Baker could cook still, just the way he's been playing.
He is, yeah.
But I think the Chiefs are too much. I think they'll just start cracking them.
Yeah.
Baker spread that all around, no matter who he got out there.
Exactly.
And Kate Otten is a target machine. That dude is looking unreal. Huh?
I want him on my fantasy team. Adam was trying to get me to give him Amon-Ra St. Brown for him, and I was like,
I mean, dude. I mean, filling that tight end position, and if he's getting 15 plus a game, I mean, that's basically another receiver, low key.
If Debo wasn't on a bye this week, I'd probably ship it and do it.
Yeah, that's facts.
So the best 2 games, the Lions and Packers, Colts and Vikings, but start off with the Lions Packers real quick. On the road, for the Lions, who are looking at the best team in the league sometimes.
Yeah.
Do they keep it going and get this win? Jordan Love might not play.
Yes. No, they're dubbing.
Lions are winning.
I got the Lions too.
I got the Lions.
Man, it's about Jordan Love. I done seen him so many times, like especially on fantasy, like through the first quarter, it's already in the second. He got less than 5 points. I'm like, oh, he gonna shit the bed today. Come back like by the fourth quarter, he got like 20.
Yeah.
So I just don't know, man. It's a division game.
He could play. Apparently, he's got a good chance of playing, but I don't know.
He's way better than what I would ever thought he was. So
yeah, I have him on my team, just chilling on the bench.
Is the game Detroit or Green Bay?
It's in Green Bay at 4:25.
In Green Bay.
Give me the Packers.
Ooh, okay.
Uh-oh.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it. It's just like I like the Lions right now a lot.
Jaden Reed.
I need Joshy.
Jaden Reed. Step up, man.
Man. So Colts, Jay, what do they got to do to beat the Vikings?
I really like Kenny Moore. So if Justin Jefferson ever line up in the slot, I'm gonna be okay with that. Also Jalen Jones, number 40, our cornerback. Last year he was one of the worst statistical DBs in the league. This year he completely did the reciprocal, and now he really clapping folks. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I wish we had Juju Brents, the one that got hurt at the beginning of the year, and I would really love our secondary. But our defense, I really like it. Like, it's a reason why I pick our defense every year in fantasy, because like we get to the quarterback, and our secondary isn't terrible. But the fact that we get to the quarterback alone, like the Vikings gonna have to block their ass out, because
And there's no Christian Darrisaw, which is a big loss.
Yeah, I like us, bro, because of our defense. I think if Flacco lead us to 3 touchdown drives along with his arm, I think it's gonna be a done deal. I don't know how much favored by, because I know they probably gonna be favored, but I ain't being a homer here. I'm picking the Colts.
I think I'm rolling with you, Jay. I like I love Flacco. I think Flacco coming in the offense, he knows how to control the offense, control the game.
Yep.
I think he's gonna get that 3 tutties for you. And I like y'all's defense. And I think the Vikings, I think they're on a little slippery slope right now. I think y'all are catching them at the right time. Y'all about to squeak out a big dub right here.
Vikings open at 7-point favorites and went down to 5.5. And usually when the number in betting is at 5, that means it's a little bit of like Vegas doesn't really know what's going to happen. It's kind of like usually it's like 2.5 or 3, or it's like over 6 or 7, because it's like they think they're going to win by a touchdown easily or something.
Yeah.
Them boys at Vegas, they saw Flacco. They said,
"Uh-oh, he's back." And also, Christian Darrisaw being out is a huge problem. Like you said, Jay, y'all got what, Buckner and Latu? I mean, that's a problem.
This week,
that's a problem.
Then we got one of the best lineups when it comes to stuff in the run. We got DeForest Buckner, Grover Stewart, and Raekwon Davis. Big ass.
Yeah, that's a nasty D line.
That's nasty.
I do think the Colts are gonna give Sam Darnold some problems. You know, I don't know though. This is gonna be a fun game. Give me the Colts. Give me the Colts.
Yeah. At some point, Sam Darnold gonna have to look like Sam Darnold again.
Right. It's time.
But right now, that nigga look like Brady.
I swear, bro.
Nah, you're not relying. I do think the Colts sneak one out though, close one.
Yeah, I think it's the perfect timing right now.
Yeah.
For the shoe.
Seth?
You know, I don't like I haven't liked the Vikings since the entire offseason, so I'm gonna go for the big horseshoe right there.
Yeah.
Clean sweep.
Even though I hate Flacco, I think he's doing God's work over there at the Colts.
There you go. Well,
that's what we love to see.
That wraps up the football aspect. I wanted to ask real quick, because Jay's on and we haven't talked about this with him. Jay, who do you think? Because you and Cody are the Celtics fans, okay?
Yeah.
So we know you're gonna say you're gonna win it all, but who do you think the Celtics are playing in the NBA championship?
My favorite gonna take his team there. KD gonna take the Suns there.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow, that would be awesome, dude.
Oh god.
That would be the Suns being in there would be cracked.
Yeah.
Who did they add this offseason? Did they add anybody?
Stones at point guard, and he's led the league in turnover to assist to turnover ratio for like 3 years. Like his playmakers, and he ain't gonna turn it over.
So Bradley Beal healthy? Is that all good?
He's actually healthy now.
He is healthy.
Okay.
I'll say this: the way this team's been playing, like they've been playing great. They just lost a close one to the Suns, actually. But give me the Lakers.
The Lakers. So we're just gonna ignore Luka and Kyrie and Clay.
Listen, if I'll say this.
Well, my pick was by the way, Jay, my pick was the Thunder to make it out. That's just my pick.
I like them too.
Yeah.
I do too.
That's the team in the West right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But if AD is the man on the team now. Like he's the number one.
He's been turning the fuck up.
If he can stay healthy,
that's the key.
They'll be there, dude. They got a good enough team. They got shooters. Like I'm telling you, don't sleep on them.
He averaged 33 right now.
33. You ain't stopping AD right now.
No.
You're just going. They're the bucket. There you go.
Is he going to be healthy? That's the biggest question.
Yeah. Durant averaging 29.
If he's not, I'll say this. I'll pick another team. If he's not healthy, then I'll take Dallas in a repeat. But I like, obviously Kyrie and Luka. I mean, dynamic duo. But adding Clay, if he can stay steady, scoring 15, 20 points a game, that team's already really talented. Like, come on.
So nobody Nuggets?
No Nuggets. Sorry.
No Nugs.
I can't even remember who I picked last week.
I don't know.
You said what now, bro?
I said I can't even remember who I picked last week.
I think you. I don't know. I want to say you maybe picked the Mavs. I don't know. I can't remember.
I think I might have.
Real good yesterday. They had Russ scored 24. Jamal Murray scored 24.
Dude, adding Russ is a sleeper.
Yeah,
like,
but he's
kind of washed a little bit.
Becomes his team's kryptonite. No matter how good person he is, like
that's true.
Russ be throwing games away.
Yeah.
You know who's actually balling? If we're gonna be on NBA right now, who's putting up LeBron numbers? That man Paolo.
Dude, I was gonna say, low-key, I know the Magic are gonna make a little run.
Jay,
they're third right now in the East.
We have a fantasy league, bro, that we started that Cody asked us to join at the last minute. And I'm playing Cody this week. And Monday night, first night of the week, Paulo in fantasy drops 109 points.
50 points on the court.
Bro, I've never seen a player get 100 points in fantasy.
Yeah, me.
What?
That's
against me.
That's so funny, man.
That's great.
So what are the chances he wins MVP? Any?
Nah.
I like it.
If he,
if he keeps playing like
I'm talking about any point in his career.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gonna win it at least once.
He does look like he looks like a LeBron.
He does. I mean, if he's dropping 50-point games this year like that, and it's this early,
good luck. We got to pull up to a Magic game. I think the Pelicans are coming to town.
Dude, we should pull up to that or the Hornets.
Oh yeah.
But the Pelicans look pretty
Pelicans
nice.
are pretty good. Yeah.
That's what I was telling. Pelicans are nice. Got to pull up to the Pelicans. Too many stars.
And it's only like $20.
Yeah.
I said, don't let the Phoenix Sun go to Atlanta, boy. I'm going.
Oh,
or
hey, that'd be lit.
That'd be a crazy game.
I'll pull up. Man, but yeah, so that's pretty much it. Just wanted to ask you your thoughts on that. I mean, I guess last question is who's winning the MVP, Jay?
The NBA?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be biased. I want it to be Durant, but I don't think it will be. I think it'll probably be. I'm gonna go Luka this year.
That's what I said.
But after how he been looking, like field goal percentage wise, like he gonna have to step it up. Like he's shooting right now.
Yeah, he just be starting slow. I feel like.
Yeah, but he clutches ever though.
Mm-hmm. You know I don't know if I've said this to anybody, but I think I told Caleb, one of our buddies. I read a story, and I don't know if this is true, but it came from somebody that like worked close to the Mavs. That Luka, the reason why he gets so big a lot of the times, like he looks okay right now because he goes back home and gets in shape and all that, plays a lot of basketball overseas, but in the season he gains a lot of weight is because he is in love and addicted to sweet tea.
No
way.
Yeah.
And he does drink beer, but like and smoke hookah, but he loves sweet tea, bro.
Man's
you know how many calories are in sweet tea? Like, there's no way.
One of us.
He's got to chill. You got to chill. Get the. Doesn't Milo's sweet tea have 0 sugar? I don't know,
dude,
but
Milo's sweet tea is
send Luka 1,000 packs of 0 sugar, like
sweet
0 calories, something.
Oh God, he like give me that northern shit with no sugar in it.
Sweet tea. Yeah, no, I can't do that.
Hey, about to come on in like an hour though. How you feel about my Yankees? You think we can pull it out?
Bro, they looked good yesterday, but
we looked amazing, bro. If there's any one lineup in baseball that could win 3 games in a row, it's ours.
It's this one. That's what I've been telling everybody, dude. When you got the hidden lineup, if they get on, that's the thing. They had, for 3 games they weren't on, but that last night it clicked. It clicked.
Should I bet Aaron Jones to hit a home run?
Nah.
Aaron Judge. My bad. I said Aaron Jones.
Oh,
Aaron Jones.
Aaron Judge.
Hayden,
hit a home run.
I've been watching every game. He ain't been on.
I know, but that's what I'm asking. Should I?
If you want to bet somebody that's going to hit a home run, honestly, he hasn't been due. And I hate to say this, Jay, but Teoscar Hernandez.
No. We can't bet on it.
Aaron Judge.
We can't bet on that.
Aaron Judge is the number 1 favorite to hit a home run tonight.
But if you're talking about, I would take Giancarlo Stanton. That's who I've been taking.
Yeah, he been hot all postseason.
Hot all postseason. Him or Juan Soto.
Yep, the only person hotter than Stanton this postseason been Freddie Freeman.
You can't stop him right now.
I don't know what he got going on. They need to drug test that motherfucker. He's hit a home run in 6 straight World Series games. The last 2 for the Braves. The last time he hit a home run, and he hit one all 4 games this series so far.
Yep.
That's
and he was
wild.
injured last series against
dude, he was hurt.
I just got
the
proposed a trade.
So messed up that he couldn't even have
a
ball in his swing.
Oh yeah, did you?
Yeah, somebody just tried to trade me. It's actually Brett. Brett just tried to trade me Tyrone Tracy Jr. and Ramondre for Ken Walker.
Tyrone just got hurt.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm projected to lose the trade.
And he's like, he got hurt, but he's like projected 0
because he's
like he's not playing.
Yeah. I can't do that.
Nah, you
can't. I can't do that. Ramondre Stevenson
ain't even been playing like he was.
Even good. I can't even.
Yeah, he tried to trade me Tracy, Ramondre Stevenson, and Terry for Saquon. Which I mean, I might do that.
Yeah.
Don't.
Man, I might do that.
Don't do that.
Lamar early.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
Oh, I know. I did see that one.
I need a quarterback, bro. That's
I know. You're gonna have to cough up one of them wide receivers. I know you got plenty of them.
Shit, it'll have to be next week when Devo back in the line.
Yeah. I'm scared to get rid of Lamar too. He's basically like a running back and quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, he's getting 30-point games like it's nothing.
Yeah, he's going crazy.
He might win the MVP for real.
I wouldn't doubt it. That's what I said. That's what we all said last week.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll wrap it up. I gotta do some kind of Zoom thing later for some. I gotta renew our apartment. Makes you pay for your animals, and we have only one, and so we were just not trying to pay it. And so a couple of years ago, when we got the lease, we figured out that you could do an emotional support animal, and so I qualified for it. So I just had to every year renew it, and it takes a 5-minute Zoom to just meet with some guy, and he's like, "How are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm fine," and he's like, "All right," and so we just so I got to do that in a little bit, but appreciate you, Jay, for coming on. Talking about all the things sports, but it's good that Jay knows ball, he knows baseball and basketball, because we can always rely on some good topics. Conversations. So appreciate everybody listening. A lot of these clips will be obviously on TikTok. That's where we're doing most of our numbers. Hopefully we can keep growing on there. We've been pretty good recently, so appreciate all that. But can't do without you boys. So appreciate y'all. Have a good night. And this is our sports show. I'm your host Hayden Haynes, and that's Seth Killen, Cody Hart,
yes sir,
Jay Pruitt, and we're out.
Yes sir. Adios amigo.
See you dudes.